Okay, let's finally read our diary. I think it's time. Okay. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain, almost intangible tension runs over the object as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Okay. Let's go to a good location first. Maybe it makes sense to read it. I don't know. Somewhere where I can see everyone's faces. Alright. And everyone's around us, right? And we are trying to read our diary. Whatever horrific thing that's inside the diary, everyone will be able to hear it and see our response. So, let's see. This heavy dodecahedron about size of both of his. Okay, examine the dodecahedron closely. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It will take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble into a solution in minutes. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist the cold grey facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hand seems to move of their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You have done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also became aware that there is a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot tell. Or you cannot recall. Okay. So it is dangerous, but we don't know the nature of the danger. Keep working at the dodecahedron. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides lock into their proper places. As you begin to twist the fifth side, as you begin to twist the fifth side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at the meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with proper number of rotations, certain that you have made progress in unraveling the object's secrets. Keep working at the dodecahedron. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap. Jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal corrosive vapor around a curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct amount of twists, post you that you nearly unlock the dodecahedron. Okay. 5000 XP. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you are locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerer's runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwitting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the trap with the correct number of facet rotations, and the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. Okay. Oh, I could see him nodding. I've never seen that motion, but if you rewind and check his head, I'm sure that he nodded. Some sort of a weird, like, aha, it worked kind of nod. Dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfect rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Okay. Impossibly into a perfect rectangle. I don't think we can open out a dodecahedron into a perfect rectangle. That's why maybe it said that it's impossible. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize that the dodecahedron is a tome or a journal of some sort. Until I learn to read this language, I might as well just put it away. Okay. So we don't know how to read this yet. Maybe at some point we'll have a memory. We'll have a recollection of what that is. Let's look at the journal. Oh, we haven't read the journal entries for the last few days, so maybe we'll quickly do that too. I was unable to open the trapped dodecahedron I found, and it appears to be some sort of tome or journal. I cannot decipher the strange language it's written in. However, perhaps there's a scholar or linguist in the Festhall that can help me. Oh, there is a linguist. We know Finam the linguist. We have his diary, right? We left it in his house. Hopefully that's still there. I convinced Jumble Muttersense to remove Requin's curse with a little curse of my own. I forced Jumble Muttersense to remove the curse he placed on me, all with the help of a hex I learned from Salabish the Onyx, Master of Curses. I learned a short curse from Salabish. Okay, maybe let's go to the first entry that we have missed. Quesai, whom I met in the Civic Festhall, told me he is what is known as a Gensai of Earth, the offspring of an elemental creature of Earth and human. Quesai, the combat instructor in Civic Festhall, instructed me in the way of stone. You read that. I've been cursed with the perpetual hiccups by a architect mage called Jumble Muttersense. Hopefully someone else in the Festhall will have some idea of how to either remove the annoying curse or how to get Jumble himself to undo it. I entered the mage training chamber, but found no tutor. One of the aspiring mages told me to seek out Lady Thorncombe, the tutor, in Festhall Sensoriums, of course. Mervyn wanted me to help him lose his memories before he gave me the keys to Dolores' heart. I suppose I'll have to look for something that do that to a person, then bring it back to him. Mervyn himself suggested water from the river Styx as one possibility. Imagine if we could go to river Styx. We know that river Styx is like in the lower plane somewhere, right? I think the lecture that Guesses the crooked was giving said something about river Styx, so maybe it's there. Maybe we really have to go to river Styx and bring him back some water. I spoke to Splinter about Jumble's curse on me, and he suggested that I speak to a man named Salabesh. He told me that Salabesh should be in the inn or just outside the Festhall, and normally wears robes of red and black. So this suggests to me that, I don't know if this is true, he told me that Salabesh should be in or just outside. So it means maybe that once we get rid of Lady Thorncombe, he could be elected as the new mage tutor. And if that's the case, he'll be inside the Festhall. Otherwise, he's outside. So they're just accounting for both possibilities, maybe, with this just curiously written, not curiously written, it's like vaguely written. It's just completely reasonable for Splinter to expect that he's either outside or inside. But it seems to me that maybe there's something more there, just to account for the two different possibilities. I learned a short curse from Salabish the Onyx, which I should be able to use against Jumble Muttersense. Yeah, it's fine, sorry. Okay, perhaps there is a scholar or linguist in the Festhall that can help me. So it specifically says Festhall, so I assume that we don't have to go back to Finam the linguist, and we'll probably find someone in the Festhall will help us to uncover this fighting. Let's talk to all of our party members just quickly.
And what's eating you, Chief?
What do you know about Blood War? There is a big bloody messy war. It happens everywhere, though you can't always see it. Go on. You see, Chief, it's a war between two nasty races, demons and devils. Once upon a time, they didn't know about each other. The devils were evil, but it was an orderly kind of evil. The demons were also evil, but they were more relaxed about it, more impulsive, more chaotic, less organized. The devils were like politicians, demons were like butchers. Then one day the two races met, they looked at each other and they didn't like how the other race treated evil. And they fought ever since. It's a big nightmare, but at least it keeps those two races occupied so that they don't run all over the plains. I see I had some other questions. Okay, so that's a new question that we could ask to Mort. I was wondering about asking the question what we should do, to which Mort at this point would respond that we should find Ravel Puzzle. But seems that option is gone, or I'm not. There it is. I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Well, here's how I see things. Go on. Looks like we need to find out more about that night hag Ravel, and I have to tell you, Chief, I'm not looking forward to that. The Festhall sages and some of the sensory stones might be able to tell us something, though. Man, it's such a huge, just single building with lots of content. So many things we are yet to do. What do you know about the night hag Ravel? Well, she's a night hag, and she's definitely balmy enough to make you immortal of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mod rolls his eyes. Still, anyone adult enough to lock blades to the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find. Okay. Thank you, Mort. Let's talk to Dakon. Dakon turns to you, his eyes polished like gold. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him. He nods. What's your will? Hmm. Got some questions about Gitsarai, travels. Okay. Let's move on from Dakon. I hope at some point we can proceed, not proceed, maybe, I don't know, bring some solution to Dakon's predicaments. Anna just looks at you as you address her. She frowns. Hi, what do you want? Are you all right? Are you all right? I had some questions I want to ask you. Why don't you ask the stuck up a bus here? Okay. Why don't you ask the stuck up a bus your questions, eh? Anna's eyes narrows to slit. Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her. We don't. I don't have time for this, Anna. Stop being a banshee and lend a hand. Anna, please, you're very important to me. I need you. And I want you with me, not her. If she bothers you, I'll ask her to leave. I don't have time to argue with you, Anna. If you don't like Far From Grace being around, then leave. Okay, so these two options, do you think these two options are actually going to have an effect? Can we dismiss Anna or Far From Grace from the party by choosing these options? Hmm? I'd like to try it after doing a quick save. Anna, please, you're very important to me. I need your help. Oh, that's, and why is that then? This should be rich, it should. Is that it? You think I slow you down? That's so sorry. You think I slow you down? Go on, say it. It's very fun to talk to. I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Okay, wow, this is a very mature answer for nameless one. I wouldn't expected him to say this. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. No. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. No, I'll gut her if she starts sizing us up for a feast. I will. She's still pissed off about Far From this. She glares at you and don't get any ideas. I'm staying cause you want. Don't get any ideas. I'm staying because you want me to. I'm just helping you out. Fine. Hi. Anna, didn't I meet you in the hive before Anna, tell me about I don't think there's new options for Anna. At the mention of the name, Anna spits 3 times, make a semicircle. Yeah. Alright. Save, and I think the first option we have with Anna is just oh no, I missed that option. Wish I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Talk to Ignis. Ignis, what happened to you? Ignis curls around. Flames color on Ignis's throat and a tongue of flame streams from behind his blackened teeth. Yes. Ignis, what happened to you to make you this way? Ignis, is it true you burned down? I don't remember asking all of these questions to him, actually. Ignis, about your teachings, about the torments I subjected you, I am sorry. Ignis, you are master of the art. Can you teach me any of your powers? Yes, Ignis once knew much, no longer. Ignis burns in suffering. Ignis learns. A tiny flame gusts from his mouth. Like laughter, a stream of embers spits forth. Suffer, learn. I'm willing to suffer for such knowledge. I wish to speak more. Are you? I'm willing to suffer for such knowledge. As you are about to speak the words, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, and you're suddenly stuck with the certainty that the knowledge Ignis has teach may permanently scar you, but you don't know how you know this. Okay, that's fine. I'm willing to suffer for such knowledge. Suffer. Flames flicker eagerly along the edges of Ignis's mouth, spiraling up along the melted ruin of his face. Burn. Burn. Pieces of self are burned away. Ignis may still teach much. I wish to learn Ignis. Can teach me some art? Where flames aren't burned, one may send them again. Before you can react, Ignis' claws slash out and clutch your fingers, and with a greedy hiss, he burns it. And through the searing pain, you close your eyes and scream. 6,000 experience. You force your eyes open to see the burning mass of your hands from max HP -1. Permanently decrease our HP, okay? You force your eyes open to see the burning mass of your hands from where Ignis touched it. He floats above, uncaring, cradling your fingers, then snaps the tip off, leaving just the base. His cinders and ash drifting from the mouth. He flicks the charred remains of your finger back to you. Nice. Sir, what did you do?
Updated my journal.
Teachings. Ignis cackles, the sound now strangely painful to your ears. To learn, one must suffer. I wish to learn more. I wish to speak more. If we get any item or spell, I should learn more. Suffer, flames, flicker, burn, piece of self, burned away. Ignis may still teach much. Can you teach me more of the art? Yes, before you can react, Ignis's claws lash out and clutch your left hand with a mad cackle. With a greedy hiss, he burns it, and through the searing pain, you can close your eyes and scream. Was it the right hand first time? The greedy hiss, he burns it. Clutch your fingers. Okay, before you can react, Ignis's claws lash out and clutches your fingers, and with a greedy hiss, he burns it. Okay, first he breaks our fingers. Now he's going for the left arm. Clutch your left hand with a mad cackle with a greedy hiss. He burns it, and through the searing pain, you close your eyes and scream. Continue. You force your eyes upon open to see the burning mass of your hands from where Ignis touches. Only a blackened stump remains. Okay, minus 3 HP. Stump remains, twitching, blood streaming from it. Ignis seems oblivious to your pain. His attention is devoted to your severed hand, which he is holding, admiring it like a trophy. Ignis, give me back my hand. Ignis ignores you. You watch as flames from his hands encircle your severed hand like a wreath, slowly burning the last remains of flesh from it, like a sculptor, until only the fused bone remains. He gives a long, low hiss and then flings his creation back to you. You manage to catch it in your remaining hand. You notice the flesh of your severed hand is reknitting itself, slowly, painfully. It looks like it's regrowing. What did you do? Teaching Ignis. Okay. I'm kind of scared to proceed, but let's go one more time, okay? I wish to learn more. Ignis hurls himself into the air, leaving a hissing flame trail as he rises. No more. Pieces of selves are burned away. Ignis, yet no more of sharing will Ignis teach. No more. Pieces of self are burned away. Ignis, yet no more sharing will Ignis teach. You need piece of me in order to teach me. What about my eyeball? Let's equip our normal eyeball because we have a special eyeball equip. I'm not sure if this is going to affect us. Let's equip our normal eyeball. Does it have any effect? No, this doesn't have any effect. Okay, and let's check our max HP and see how it is. Well, we are level 9. Anna is level 6. That's kind of scary. Dacon is level 6. Ignis is 7. Okay, we are high. We have leveled up quite a bit. I think earlier Mort was kind of leading the charge on like the highest level, but we have surpassed everyone else at this one. 81. So we have lost a maximum of 4 hit points at this point. I don't know what we have gained. Did we gain anything? We have Ignis's hand and Ignis's charm. Allows us to copy Seeking Flames into spellbook. Okay. Usable only by nameless one, only by mages. Okay, so we have to be a mage and also a nameless one to be able to use it. This is a charged right index. This is your charged right index finger. The tip has been snapped off and the flesh that once surrounded the bone has been turned to ash. It was but a touch from Ignis, but it was enough to leave lingering blackened scars on your hand. To make matters worse, you notice that your flesh has healed slowly and poorly from the wound. To make matters worse, you notice that your flesh has healed slowly and poorly from the wound. If Ignis were to attack you with the rage, he might be able to muster enough heat and flames that recovering would be difficult. Perhaps even destroy you. The thought doesn't please you. Ignis has hinted that this charred remain of your finger somehow holds a friction of its infernal power and now passed on to you. To invoke its power, you must slice off your finger again, place his stump there. To invoke its power, you must slice off your finger again, place his stump there, then let the flesh heal over it. When this occurs, a trace of Ignis that remains upon the finger will kindle a small portion of knowledge within you. So, so this is for Seeking Flames. So what is Seeking Flames? Let's quickly check what Seeking Flames is. Seeking Flames is a level 1 spell. That isn't too appealing. -1 to attacks and -1 to saving throws. Okay. What is the next one going to be? Is it going to be Ignis's Terror or Ignis's Orb, maybe? And Elemental Strike. Okay. Let's look at the second item. Allow users to copy Infernal Orb. So that's a level 2 spell, I guess. This is a charred hand. It has been severed at the wrist, and the flesh that once surrounded the bone has been scored clean, leaving only stark white bones behind. Despite the lack of muscle and skin, however, the bones of the hand have been fused together so that the bones do not fall apart. Okay, very foresightful, I guess. The pain of having the hand separated from you was almost more than you could bear and left a lingering blackened scar on the wrist and arm. To make matters worse, you notice that your flesh has been healed slowly and poorly from the wound. If Ignis were to attack you with a rage, he might be able to muster enough heat and flames that recovering would be difficult, perhaps even destroy you. The thought doesn't please you. Ignis has hinted that this charred remain of your hand somehow holds a fraction of his infernal power. Now passed on to you. To invoke its power, you must slice off your hand again. Place a skeletal hand there. And then let the flesh heal over it. When this occurs, the traces of Ignis that remain upon the charred bones will kindle. Okay, same thing. Copy spell. Okay, so if you look at our spell book, we should have. Okay, so this is it's a level 2 spell. So I guess we can keep going with Ignis. This is kind of like learning from Dakon. Like reading the Unbroken Circle of Sertimon, where we get a spell each time we do one section of his quest. So in the same way, I guess Ignis also would keep giving us more and more spells from each level. So the next one would be something like Fiery Rain or Infernal Shield. Then we might get Elemental Strike. But we keep losing our HP, which is slightly concerning. But I'm kind of in the mood to do this right now. So let's just finish off his quest without considering other like practical implications of losing HP. Ignis, about your teaching about the Torments. Ignis, you mastered that. I am willing to suffer to learn more. Ignis hurls himself into the air, leaving a hissing flame trail as he rises. No more. Pieces of self are burned away. Ignis, yet no more sharing will Ignis teach. Piece of me in order to teach me. What about my eyeball? Ignis lashed out his finger like a spear, but he doesn't strike for the eye that you can remove. Instead, he impales your other eye. Oh, okay. So I've very cleverly replaced the useful eyeball with the old eyeball, but he's going for the next eye. Clever man. There is no pain for a moment, only surprise. Then you scream as Ignis lets loose a stream of flame into your socket. They seem to eat into your skull. The hiss of burning flesh fills your nostril and smoke clouds your vision. Awesome. You force your eyes open through your bloodied vision, yet it's only -2. Okay. Yet only one eye opens. You can barely make out Ignis hovering in the air in front of you. His hands cupping a small orb of flame in his hand. Your eye seemingly untouched by the heat. As you watch his hands cover the eye, and you feel a second burning pain in your eye socket. Okay. And suddenly, even through the searing pain, you can see correctly again. Ignis opens his hand, and within it you can see the ruined mass of your eyeball, barely recognizable. Yet your eye is still in its socket. He cackles, and with a breath of flame, the eyeball rises from his grasp and drips out to you like a fake flake of ash in the air. Take the eyeball, your eyeball. Tiny snakes of flame spiral from the Ignis ruined sockets, traveling up past the charred skull. More teachings. The two snakes of flame circle around behind him, then flare into torches in his hands. More sufferings. Tiny snakes of flame spiral from Ignis's ruined sockets, traveling up past his charred skull. More teachings. The two snakes of flame circle around behind him, then flare into torches in his hands. More sufferings. Okay. Willing to suffer for more knowledge. Can you teach me any more? Ignis hurls himself into the air, leaving a hissing flame trail. No more pieces of self are burned away. Ignis, yet no more sharing. Very well, I wish to speak more of the flames and burning Ignis. Okay. Is there nothing else from our body that we can share? Sacrifice. Okay, maybe at some point later we may be able to proceed further. Ignis, have you ever felt a burn? Sorry, what's that? I have no further questions. Let your dreams be filled with flames, Ignis. No, speak. Ignis howls, and the air around you twists again from the sheer amount of heat. Speak of flames, speak of burning. Okay, he's kind of relapsing again after our conversation and like all the sacrifice we did. He wants more and speak more of flames. Very well, I had these questions about flames. No, Ignis, we'll speak some other time, not now. Ignis howls a horrible screaming roar, and a fiery radiance suddenly surrounds him. And his eyes are windows to some other place. He raises his hands, flames crackling along the edges, growing to become a great flaming. You shall burn. Ignis, you asked for this. Okay, so this is actually turning aggro to Ignis. Let's reload the save. I don't want to do that. That was kind of horrific that in an instant it just There's no way to back out. I just want to back out of the conversation, but he wanted to keep talking. Okay. Did we talk to...
What is it you want then?
Alright. Let's quickly see where we... Yeah, we don't have any of the Ignus's... Wait. Did we learn his spells? Yeah, we did learn his spells. Okay. So it's only the third one we have to receive now. Let's quickly skip through that conversation again. Okay, Mastery of the Art. Pieces. Let's continue. Eyeball.
Journal.
Alright. Yeah, I think we have one more item to... Oh, wow, this looks quite horrible. Ignus's Eye. This is Ignus's Eye, okay. Allows users to copy Ignus's terror into the spellbook. Range 75 feet. Okay. This is a scorched remains of your eye, blistered by Ignus's touch. Ignus has hinted that this charred remain of your eye somehow holds a fraction of his infernal power, now passed on to you. To invoke its power, you must crush the blackened eyeball between both your hands and take the ashes and touch them to each eyelid. Doing so will transfer a small portion of Ignus' arcane knowledge to you, giving you the knowledge of how to show others belief, terrible glimpse of elemental forces, giving you the knowledge of how to show others brief, terrible glimpses of elemental forces Ignus draws upon. The sight is usually enough to cause living creatures to flee for their lives. Okay. It's both of them are level 2 spells, so that isn't too useful for us. Terror exists in many forms. This spell causes all non-undead creatures within a 30-foot radius of the target to flee in terror from the area if they fail a saving throw at -1 penalty. Okay. Let's quickly talk to Far from Grace. Can you tell me Tanari, Art, Companions? So if we choose, I guess why we can learn more from Dakon and Ignus is because we are a mage. If we are not a priest, I guess we will have to switch profession before talking to, like, learning stuff from Grace. Maybe, I'm not sure, because both Ignus and Dakon, we were able to progress that little side story of theirs or whatever that was and get a bunch of spells, right? And with Anna and Far from Grace, and even I don't think Mort has any dialogue tree like this, but both Anna and Far from Grace has this option to learn art from them, right? Far from Grace shakes her head slightly. No, I don't believe so. The art and the disciplines I practice are different. My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies as art does. Art is a mechanism by which powers of the multiverse may be harnessed through gestures, rituals, devices. My powers come to me through a different means. My faith and the nature of my belief allows some. Yeah, she talked about this. I don't know if we'll be able to learn spells from her, so I'm not too sure about that. Let's continue on exploring further of exploring more of the Clerk Sword. Sorry, not Clerk Sword. Festhall. Sensates, room clerk. I think we should go and listen to one of the lectures. It's quite early right now, so I'm not too sleepy. So maybe it's okay to go and listen to one of the lectures, because otherwise I can't keep attention. The attractive young monk smiles pleasantly. Greetings, sir. Would you like to rest now? I don't know why I rested. Sorry. All right, let's go. Let's go, troop. Okay. Merryman, okay. Death's Advocate. Wait. Let's talk to one of the sensates. Planescape build, it's a goal of all petitioners to accomplish, okay? The person turns and gives you a slightly annoyed glance. I was listening to the lecture, sir. I trust you'll be kind as to leave me in peace while I do so. Farewell. Okay. Shall cast away. Let's quickly read. And treacheries of lies and lying, knowing a life without. Plane is built. It's a goal of all petitioners to accomplish. I don't know what a petitioner is. Shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life. And treacheries of lies and lying, knowing a life without. Plane is built. Okay, let's see what he's talking about. Sigilians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. So darks, I've kind of gleaned at this point that it just means secrets. Dark of the matter just means secrets, right? The darks, give me a break. We are not more. Darks, give me a break. We are really not going to listen to this rattle trap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasure sensation of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. Do you have lips though? You don't have lips, right? He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. Do you have eyebrows? I think you barely have eyeballs. Quiet down, more. We are staying for a while at least. Ignore Mort, keep listening. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death, it is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Okay? Mort whispers, beginning of more suffering. Note to Mort quiet. I love that first option. Oh my god. That's such a natural thing. Note to Mort quietly. We are bonding right now. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. Our outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There's a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. So outer planes. Outer planes are the 9. No, not the 9. Outside of Sigil. No. Sigil is located in Outlands, right? Like the middle portion. And then there are like eight planes surrounding that central plane. I guess all of those 9 planes, including the one that Sigil is located in, is called the outer planes. Is that what's called the outer planes? I don't remember. There's a new life, one such as you've never known, awaits you there. Okay. Mort whispers, that's for sure. Okay, this is going to be a constant thing. Note to Mort quietly. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful. A petitioner on this outer plane. Your life's journey shall truly begin. Okay. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill towards your fellow bloods, perhaps the light blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Light blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Okay, so if you're a good person, that's where you'll go. Your spirit shall pass onto this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses. He sighs dreamily. Mort whispers, an eternal boredom. Ignore Mort, keep listening. Perhaps you lived. I don't know if he did that, he'll just shut up for the rest of the lecture because I want him to keep chipping in. Ignore Mort, keep listening. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truth. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truth, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red carcerai, the plains where all turncoats fall when they pass. When they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Okay, I don't know. I can't still understand what a petitioner means in this context. Give me a second. Actually, let me look up what a petitioner means. It's one of those terms that you hear and it's like, okay, it makes sense. And you move on. Petitioner. One praying humbly for something. Someone who petitions a court for redress of grievance or recovery of a right. Yeah. I guess the second one is the kind of natural meaning that we kind of take for granted. Petitioner, one praying humbly for something. Okay. A petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Okay. Mort whispers, looks like we know where we are both going to end up when we die. Okay, not too Mort. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth. And perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you pleased without a care for who or what you hurt. Okay. So what's the difference between this and this? This is more I don't know, stealthy kind of evil. This is more straight up evil, I guess. Keep listening. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Bator, or the chaotic swirling layers of abyss that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded blood war. Most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded blood war. He whispers dramatically. Blood War. Okay. So I'm wondering if this is a neutral plane, like perhaps you live your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Maybe this is neutral. Maybe this is the like the upper planes, like the good plane, and this is for the lower planes, is straight up evil. More whispers, and that's if you are lucky. Ignore mode, keep listening. No matter where you go, know this. You shall be embarking on a new life. A new life, my Sicilians. Okay. So what about the shadow of life and all the concepts that Desmond keeps shilling? They say that if you like give up your emotions, right? The emotions that tie you to this plane, if you truly do that, we'll have a true death. It's still confusing to me, that philosophy, and what's the boundary that philosophy is setting. Like, what exactly do they mean by true death? Does it mean that dying in sigil alone, or is it like an all encompassing philosophy across the outer planes? Because it seems like once we die in sigil, at least according to this guy, we are going to one of the outer planes, right? Desmond, do they consider that as a fact or as a philosophy? I don't know. He's saying this as a fact, right? And it seems like there is enough evidence to suggest that maybe after we die as an evil person, we might respawn in Blood War. So yeah, it's maybe I'll think about it later. I can't really make sense of it. Get a full view of it at the moment. No matter where you go, you know this. You shall be embarking on a new life, my Sicilians. More whispers, and that's supposed to be an incentive. We get to do all this again. Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. We pike him. What a tar. Spoken just like someone who hasn't died before, huh? Yeah, exactly. You shall be able to start anew with the burden of memory without the burden of memory or your past life. Okay. So people who are reborn in these circumstances, they're kind of new people. I don't know what connects us to them then. Your sole goal, if you will, he smiles at his own humor, is to. Oh, soul goal. I guess SOLE, soul, is supposed to be used here, right? Isn't that a separate word? That's the word that we should use there, right? Meaning only. Yeah. SOLE, soul was to be used to. He smiles at his own humor. He is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. Okay. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane. I still don't know why he's using the word petitioners. On this plane, or ideally one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It's a goal of all petitioners to accomplish this goal. He claps his hands together for emphasis. Must hold to your ideals. Okay. What? Okay. It's a goal of all petitioners to accomplish this goal. You must hold to your ideals. Okay, so maybe this is exactly the ideals, maybe like your strong beliefs in things, right? So if we hold on to that, when we die, we'll be respawned in one of the outer planes. If we die without any beliefs, maybe we'll just truly pass on, like Desmond are suggesting. But he's death's advocate. He wants people to die, but he's doing it in he's like elaborating what's going to happen after it, right? Desmond does not do that. Desmond say that this is a shadow of life, and once you die, you go to a truer life. But they don't elaborate on what that truer life is. Other than that, it's probably more, I don't know, blissful or something. But he's being more specific. But he's a sensate after all, right? I mean, he's inside Festhall, so I would assume he's a sensate. So yeah, I don't know. More whispers. Oh, this is one big steaming load. Ignore Mort, keep listening. Your ideals, good or evil, low or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. It's a glorious existence, my Sicilians. Keep listening. And that is what awaits you after death. My audience, have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it's not oblivion that awaits you after this life. But we won't remember any of this though. Why would it even matter? Like, what connects us to the new version that's going to be born? Mort says a lot. What wash? The speaker's head turns to face Mort, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question for another leaving, perhaps? Okay. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. More ducks below the lecturer's field of view, then turns to you and whispers, "Go ahead, Chief, tell him the dark of it." Yes, I have a question. Indicates for you to continue. What's a petitioner? Can you tell me that, please? Can a petitioner die? Why do petitioners lose their memories? What determines which planes you go to when you die? What if someone can't die? Explain alignment to me. The Desmond says this life is where we end up when we die. That's also another thing that Desmond say. That's still I wish we could just go and talk to a Desmond and like ask these very specific questions to understand their philosophy, because this is still unclear to me, which I don't like want to be ruined. I'd rather like figure it out at the end, or like that's fine. But the Desmond says that this life is where we end up when we die. That's something I say. They said that we have already died, but the plane that we are in right now, Sigil, whatever it is, it's. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, Sigil, like this is a place we are in. Is that philosophy just talking about people who exist in Sigil? Is Sigil the place where we reach when we die, and we were still held to this plane by our beliefs? But then doesn't people get born in Sigil? Like don't people like get married and have kids in Sigil? I don't know. Is that not a thing? Have you seen any kids here? Maybe there are no kids here. I don't know. It's weird. Like there are family relations, right? You've seen some people say that my father is this, my son is this. So there are definitely people who exist here. But yeah, Desmond say that this life, let's just assume that it's outer planes as a whole plus Sigil. That is where we end up when we die, right? And we end up here because we still hold on to our emotions. Like we are still anchored to this plane by such emotions. So yeah, we'll see. This is nice that we have all of these questions because they are really useful. What's a petitioner? Okay, let's ask the first one. What's a petitioner? A petition is what you become when you arrive on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, you forsake memory and past life, focusing solely on your new one. And the goal of this new one is he waits for a response from you with a smile. Answer a question. Don't presume to test me. Oof. To merge with the plane. Very good. It looks as if some of my words actually have sunk into that skull of yours. The audience chuckles. Oh, yeah, everyone's in on this. I had another question. He indicates. Oh, wait. Sunk into that skull of yours. That's fine. What's a petitioner? Can a petitioner die? He looks slightly uncomfortable with this. Well, yes. How? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, through any of the normal means, really. Okay. Great. Another death. Sign me up. There's laughter from the audience. The speaker looks angry. What happened? What happens when they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, you merge with the plane. What if the petitioners die on a plane other than their home plane? Oh my god. This is such specific and pointed questions. And how can they die? What if petitioners die on a plane other than their home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, then that is the end of the life there. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he's in a trap. To do so would be oblivion. Should they die, really? Okay. He indicates for you to continue. We'll go back to this option again and explore the couple ones we missed. Why do petitioners lose their memories? He raised an eyebrow. Many pardons. Pardons. What? I said, why do they lose their memories when they die? He looks uncomfortable. Well, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? The audience murmurs. I do. But why do they lose their memories? He frowns, begins to say something, then stops. After a moment, he continues choosing his words carefully. I imagine that it's because you must start afresh. Your petitioner's soul, pure when you arrive on your new plane, is trying to salvage this crash and burn that's happening right now. And why should you have to do that when all your life experience have determined what planes you end up on? That's awful, like a sick joke. He looks very uncomfortable. Well, he pauses. I don't know. All right. Okay, I feel kind of sorry at this point. He was so enthusiastic at first, being an advocate for death, and I guess most of the sensates are also fooled. At least some of them were fooled, but yeah, these questions are gonna bring out the loopholes in his theory. Why do patients lose their memories? He raises an eyebrow. Many pardons. What? Okay, I do. The speaker smirks. Looking at you, sir, I cannot begin to wonder why. Looking at you, sir, I cannot begin to wonder why. Okay. That's no answer. He becomes slightly angry. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share? The audience turns to face you. I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on astral plane as memory cores. Okay. Wow. An audience member shouts out, he's right. Oh my god, such a classroom. Speaker turns to face the audience member. Well, perhaps he is. Well, then question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living again? Is a lifetime of memories more important than living again? True, yes it is. True, no, I don't know. Yes it is. He says angrily, then it's simple enough. Don't die, friend. The audience chuckles. Okay. You got me there. Can a petitioner die? What happens when they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Will you merge the plane? How can they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. What happens when they die? Okay. What determines which plane you go to when you die? Your alignment, of course. Good people are destined for upper planes, and bad people are cast into lower planes. He rolls his eyes, clasping his hands to his heart dramatically. May the powers have mercy on their souls. Where do neutral people go? He raises an eyebrow. An excellent question. Excellent. He owns to the audience. Maybe he turns is what this means. Maybe it's a space and a T. I don't know. He owns is a word. He turns to the audience, raising a finger. The answer is this: a spirit that has lived a life of complete neutrality with no leaning towards good or evil becomes a petitioner of the outlands. Okay, so outlands is the central one. Is that it? The lands that encircle sigil. Okay, but there are two on the side, right? Like neutral and chaotic neutral and true neutral, and then lawful neutral. But the circle is just true neutral itself, right? So what happens to the planes on the two sides? The lawful neutral and chaotic neutral. Does no one go there? Outlands, the lands that encircle sigil. They are destined for no plane except the land that lies right outside our sky. And of which spire is a part. Okay. He indicates you to continue. What if someone can't die? He laughs. Nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. But suppose that someone can't die. Well then, based on what I've said, he would never reach the outer planes and never become a petitioner. I can't die. Oh, truly. Look, everyone, a rare treat. One of the great immortals has graced us with his presence. Greeting so immortal, audience laughs. I don't want to push this. Okay. What if someone can die? Explain alignment to me. Forgive me if I did not explain myself for all the listeners. Alignment is your spiritual leanings, good or evil, low or chaos. Alignment is the way you behave, and it is of consequence. The way you approach life decides your destination when you die. Okay? He indicates for you to continue. The Desmond say that this life is where we end up when we die. The speaker chuckles derisively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend. Desmond among them. Petitioners, my friend. Desmond among them who disagree with Desmond philosophy. Okay, that's like a. This didn't go anywhere. It's not an answer to my question. It's not. Well, we didn't ask a question. We just made a statement, and you respond to the statement. That's it. Prove what you say is true. Okay. Tell me about the blood war. Have you not heard of this? Oh, clueless one. The war between the Battisu and Tenari. I do not have the centuries to take to describe this conflict. Seek out another. For this is not what this lecture is about. Okay. Prove what is true. What you say is true. The lecture looks taken aback. How might I do that? Die here now. Okay. Forget die. I had another question. I want to ask about one of the planes you mentioned. Okay. The Abyss, Bator, Kasrai, Mount Celestia. Never mind. Okay. The Abyss. A plane of over 600 layers of festering chaos and evil. Home to the fiendish Tanari. He gestures dramatically. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Okay. Indicates for you to continue. Bator. 9 regimented plane of lawful evil. Okay. He chuckles and gestures dramatically. Home to the fiendish Batsu. Sign a contract with them and you'll be wrapped in their chains of intrigue for life. Uh, Sorry, yeah. But you should seek out management plane of the lawful evil. He chuckles and gestures dramatically. Home to the fiendish Batsu. Sign a contract with them and you'll be wrapped in their chains of intrigue for life. He smiles. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the plains than I. Indicates for you to continue when we have another question. What's the petitioner? Cannot. Carcerai. Carcery. The prison plane, cold, brutal, and washed with red. Betrayers and liars make their home there. It is said that the Titans are imprisoned here when they were hurled from Olympus. Okay. He gestures dramatically, but you should seek out. Okay. Everything ends with you should seek out something. Where is this though? Is it one of the neutral planes? Mount Celestia. Mount Celestia, plane of eternal good and faith. He clasps his hands together in prayer. Where devas fly the skies, archons rule with honor and nobility. The very model of goodness, he smiles, but you should seek. Yeah. Another question. Actually, I forget. No more questions. Okay. Get ready to leave. Then I shall take my leave for now. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, and perhaps in the years hence, I shall meet you as a petitioner beyond the death's door. Stop listening, leave. Okay. I think if you want to talk to him, we'll just have to listen to his whole. Yeah. Oh god. The thing is, we have to keep clicking the ignore mode option to get to the end of this. For what you say is though, did we quick save? We did quick save. So we can say, die here now. The audience becomes silent. Feeling the pressure, the speaker swallows slightly. Well, now he smirks suddenly. If you go first, I shall do so. Agreed. He doesn't know what he's signing up for. Very well, the speaker's face is torn for a moment, then it brightens. Come up to the stage, my friend. He turns to his audience, smiling. A rare treat, Sicilians. Today, and today only, we shall have a live demonstration of how to become a practitioner. Kill yourselves, then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back by the powers. Just smile at him. The audience watches in morbid fascination. Well, now, kill yourself or I'll do it. He gulps. Now, he offers weakly. I must confess that I am not quite ready to depart his life yet. Make a motion to kill him, stopping just short of his neck. So this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. He glances quickly at the audience. Well, certainly not now. As I thought, I had another question. I don't I didn't enjoy doing that, honestly. I just wanted to see the option, but it felt like it ended up without bloodshed, right? So we can go ahead. Get ready to leave. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the hypocritical lecture. Oh, sorry. 3 planes aligned, for it's the faith of such subjects which gives them is lawful and evil mechanics. It might have done us some good if we went to this one after maybe having listened to this one, because this is probably talking about planes. I was thinking all the time he was mentioning go ask someone else about the planes. I was thinking that maybe he was the game was hinting us about Candrian, but now I believe that maybe it's just this lecture here, and about the blood war we have the lecture here. So maybe it was just this person that he was referring to. Let's talk to one of the sensates to see if they give the same response. The person turns and gives you a slightly annoyed glance. I was listening to the lecture, sir. I trust you will be so kind as to leave me in peace while I do so. Farewell. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk. The thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos. This man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. Stay for the lecture. I am known as the 3 planes aligned, a Gitsarai scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Okay. Mort sighs loudly. Come on, chief, are we really gonna stay for this? Let's be quiet for a bit more. I want to listen for now. He speaks in a very low, somber tone. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief and how they shape the planes. First, I shall explain the concept of alignment. Keep listening. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs and how one acts upon those beliefs. One's belief can either be maybe lawful, like not lawful, like good or evil, and how one acts, maybe it's lawful or chaotic, I don't know. At the core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of the three ways: with good in their heart, with evil in their heart, or indifference, or indifference or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of these core behaviors in one of the three different ways: in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or an indifferent neutral manner. Thus, there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. It's after I've started playing this game that I've run across this, like at least the definition of these concepts, or like the detail of what it means. It's only after I start playing this game that I've come to terms with it, and I don't know if that's truly how we can categorize everyone that we meet, or if it's like an equal, like we don't think that there are too many chaotic evil people in the world, right? I don't know, maybe there are. Keep listening. The 9 alignments then are lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good. Lawful neutral, true neutral, chaotic neutral. Lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil. Now I shall speak of the power of alignment and the belief it engenders, of how from them the very deities gain strength, and how belief can physically affect one's environments. Like outer planes are originated from belief, right? And belief is power in planes. I guess maybe once your belief and how you act upon your belief is kind of settled in someone, they kind of go, like after they die, maybe they move to that plane and reinforce that plane more, because it is shaped from beliefs, right? Now shall speak of the power of alignment and the belief it engenders. Okay, keep listening. A deity must have worshippers, for it is the faith of such subjects which gives them power. As converts are made, more and more come to believe in a god, the more power that god receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float the astral plane. Astral plane, I forgot where astral plane really lies. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. Okay, keep listening. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. Okay. First, though, I would define gate towns. Keep listening. Gate towns are towns on the outlands that the largely neutral area which sigil spins over the center of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Permanent gate or portal. Okay. There'll be 8 of them around the outlands. Keep listening. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil. Bator is lawful and evil. Mechanus is lawful neutral. Mount Celestia is lawful good. Outlands against are true neutral, leaning to neither low or chaos. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move or slide to a plane that matches the new belief. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense because we can't really shift from evil to good without going through neutrality. It's another way to think about it. Like, if a plane shifts, then it has to go through the middle layers before it crosses over to the other layer. If you are in Outlands, then you have access to like all the alignments. You can just immediately shift to any of the planes, and with a shift in your act, you can immediately shift to the lawful or neutral. So, okay, keep listening. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from Outlands into the outer plane. Okay. For example, the town of Ribcage borders on the portal of lawful evil plane of the Bator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but entire town's alignments and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Bator. Okay. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order or clerics promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of their lawful evil god. Were this to occur, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral outlands, becoming a part of the lawful evil plane of Bator. Whole layers of planes may move this way, thus many wars and wars of belief and faith by necessity. They are tools by which territory is obtained and held. Okay, we still, or at least I still don't know what the sliding really means. Does it like physically slide, or does the portal like shift behind the town, or what exactly is the nature of the sliding? Yeah, if it's connected by portals, then it may not even be physically connected by like just walking through them. Like you have to go through a portal and you just end up in a, I don't know. It's yeah. There is probably real substance here, but it's quite hard to kind of picture it just with these descriptions, because there are all of these small details that are missing, and we keep snagging on it, right? Keep listening. This then is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. The session has ended. May belief guide your actions and shape the planes you will. Farewell, all of you. You won't take any questions, really? Hmm. I guess he's the only one who doesn't take any questions. But yeah, I think so. We listened to two of the lectures today and had a bit of chat with all of our friends. We couldn't really find out how to open the journal, and I think we'll stop our episode now. And I think we'll next day what we'll do is we'll probably try to visit the sensorium, or just whatever else we can visit. Uh, Whatever else we can visit by talking to Mr. Splinter here. So yeah, I think we'll call today for now.